Tonight's episode is brought to you by the Be Real Podcast Network. For more episodes like this, go to BREELnetwork.com. Enjoy the show.
Fatality.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Tonight we're talking about Logan. I am here, of course, with Eric and Ed. How are you guys doing this wonderful evening?
Sad.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Sad.
sad would be a good way to put it too after seeing the movie.
Very sad.
You
Yes.
just came from the movie,
Yeah, like literally.
so
Yeah,
this is good.
Let's always do what we start with. This movie was made for $97 million, and it has already grossed $254 million. So it made its money back.
X-Men movies make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a reason why there's
Yeah.
a couple, like there's a dozen or so of them now. X-Men movies make money, like just hands down, and for very good reason. You know, as long as what's his name, Bryan Singer isn't directing them, then they're gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I hate Bryan Singer.
I'm sure a lot of young
Um,
boys do too.
Yeah.
That was easy. I'm
Nice.
sorry, everybody. That was a pretty easy.
That
fucking
was amazing. I'm proud of
joke.
you,
That
actually.
was- I could. I think. I
So
could've
the
done
first thing the first thing that we got to talk about is our theater experience. I went to a 10. No, I went to an 11 o'clock. No, what was it? 11 or noon? No, I'm sorry. It was a noon. I'm sorry, it was a noon.
better. Get a watch.
Because there was two different showings. I went to a 12 on the dot p.m. showing on a Sunday, thinking I would be at the church crowd. How wrong was I? I had to sit at the very, very front. It was completely packed. I got there 20 minutes before the movie started, and it was completely packed. How about you guys? Was it a packed house?
No, it is where we are. It is 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I saw the movie at 1:15 Eastern Time. There was me, one old guy, and an old couple. All three of whom I'm assuming were retired. Were in the theater.
Yeah, prime time to go see a movie is middle of the workday.
Yeah. I mean, I was off today, so it is what it is. But
I saw this on a Saturday morning. I went to see it with my mom.
With
Ooh.
your mom?
Yeah, well, I threw it out there with a bunch of people. I was like, "Hey, I want to go see Logan. Anybody? And everyone was either busy or people had zero interest. But I think because the Wolverine 3D the other one that James Mangold did,
The Wolverine?
yeah, the Wolverine or something. Yeah, I think that that left a bad taste in their mouth. People were just like, maybe not. So, but my mom was all about it. Like, she loves Wolverine. She loves the X-Men. She's all about that shit, and she loves a good action movie. I was like, all right, this is a good time. Let's take my mom out for a date. We're gonna go see Logan. I didn't realize.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I thought Saturday morning I'd just be able to, no problem, get in there, 2 tickets, please, whatever. It got to the point where I got there a little bit early, so it was like 15 minutes before screen time, and I've noticed like, wow, this parking lot's really packed. And I parked the car, and I noticed that like people are like kind of doing that fast-paced walk and jog. I was like, oh fuck, they're all here to see Wolverine. So or
Nice.
Logan, I mean, and so yeah, sure enough, it was a packed house. But luckily for me, the theaters around here do reserve seating, so when you pick out a ticket, you can select your seat. And I got in just enough to where I was able to get middle seat, kind of in the middle of the theater. So I got a pretty central spot.
Well, see, now I thought the same thing because I saw the parking lot of my theater packed.
Yeah,
But I thought everybody was there to see the Boss Baby.
did that come out?
really?
Yeah, how wrong I was. It was in the theater next to mine. I was like, oh, there's a bunch of kids, there's a bunch of families. They're all gonna see Boss Baby. Nope. The parents took him to see Logan, a Wolverine movie, and oh boy, I bet they
Yeah,
regretted that decision
yeah,
within the first 5 minutes.
they were probably very disappointed in their thought process because this movie,
Probably.
No, they probably
they,
didn't
like
care, to
five
be honest
minutes
with
in, you
you.
see them stabbing each other in the head.
It's
Which,
awesome.
by the way, is fucking awesome. Like
Yeah.
I really like. You know what though? I feel like we should get Tony in here because he went to go see it with his buddy in Seattle, and he said that they, or both of them actually, he and Jake, that they did not like this movie. They said that the pacing was off, that the context was a bit meh, that the whole tone was just kind of slow. That was them, and so and they said they had a lot of questions about the characters. So I want to start from the beginning, and then we can go down it because as I know, or from what I've heard, and I didn't do too much either before or after, and I actually feel like excuse me, gentlemen, a little ill prepped for the show here, as far as where the storyline takes off. But this takes place in 2029. The mutant population has shrunk. This is after the events of Days of Future Past, right?
After Apocalypse.
Apocalypse has already happened in the back.
Yeah.
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 But I
So
mean,
I did.
in sequence, I mean, Apocalypse first, and then Days of Future Past, because that's in the future, them going back. So
Yes.
it really
So
would be Days of Future Past altering the timeline, wouldn't it?
here is the easiest way that I can explain it to you. I went on YouTube after I saw the movie, and I typed in X-Men timeline, and there was this guy that posted a video a few weeks ago, very new video, so you'd be able to find it about the timeline. In layman's terms, everything in the past movies that we have seen is canon, besides The Last Stand. Last Stand does not exist.
Well,
Everything else does.
we everyone knew that. I don't even consider those first three to be even in this world.
But they do though, because he actually put everything, because this guy on YouTube put everything dot to dot from beginning, middle, and end. X-Men 1, the 2000 movie, and X-Men 2 are canon, but Last Stand is not canon at all.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Well, why?
The Last Stand had a
I'm
lot to
not going to
do.
get into this process.
I know. Maybe. Well, let's do it briefly. But the Last Stand had a
Yeah.
lot to do with the saga of Jean Grey and Phoenix, and a lot of that kind of
Mhm.
end world stuff. And it wouldn't go along with a lot of the story here now. The way that X2 ended, I believe, was at the X facility, or the who the hell's the general that does all the
Colonel Stryker.
yeah,
Mhm.
Stryker. At his facility, the secret facility, and it ends in that showdown there, and Jean Grey dies, and that's when she subtly turns into Phoenix, flying underneath the water, and that's where the movie ends with her going into Phoenix, and that's I'm okay with that because Phoenix is a whole separate thing. Like she does some
Most powerful character ever.
yeah, so she I think leaves Earth for a while too and does her own galactic shit for a while. But like
Yeah.
uh, uh so leaving off of that would be great because that means you don't get the whole end, the death at the end of Last Stand and the whole Magneto fucking thing. So I understand that too, and I'm all right with that too. It actually makes
Yeah.
more sense. That's cool that you said that.
Can I add one thing before we talk into Logan? Because I really, really, really do want to talk about Logan. What you guys think of the? Excuse me.
Yeah, we're
Fuck.
setting it up a little
Fuck
bit
me.
as where it takes off.
Yeah, but we got to start with what do you guys think of the Deadpool teaser here?
Oh,
We
well.
we we, we got to talk about that.
I mean, it's awesome, obviously, right? Like more Deadpool.
I actually didn't get it.
You
It
didn't
was
get
not
the
in.
Deadpool
It was
teaser?
not in my. It was not in my.
Oh damn!
Damn.
Did
Okay,
you?
would you see it on YouTube at
Yeah, did you
least?
see it on YouTube?
I have not. I'll have to watch it.
Well,
He's just changing in a phone booth. That's it. Nothing major. Okay, well, never mind.
no, it's Deadpool. Like it's a teaser. Of course, everyone wants it. I want more Deadpool. Like, especially if his timeline kind of overlaps everything that has already happened in the X universe too. So characters and everything. So I'm excited for that. I hope that a lot of characters come back, and I hope that they make cameos. That's all I want, really, is for any character to make a cameo. I know that
I
Jack said
agree.
he's done with the Wolverine, but cameos, he may be swayed to do that, right? Because there's no claws; it's just all hair. Right,
Nice.
right. I mean, like if you
Yeah.
do a cameo, which he's done before in that, the fuck off, where he's in the bar. Hey, we need your, for the
Mm-hmm.
Avengers. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um.
cameos might work.
So Logan, we gotta talk about this now. Okay, so it takes place, like you said, Eric, in 2029, and mutants are pretty much they are 99% extinct, and there has been no mutant born for the past 25 years. But Logan, he is now a professional limo driver who
Yep.
is hiding Professor Xavier and this other guy. Oh God, what's the other guy's name?
Caliban.
The albino guy, Caliban. And Caliban's power is that he's kind of like Xavier in a way, where he can see where mutants are, but he doesn't need cerebrum,
He
right?
has he
He
Cerebrum.
can. He can. He
cerebro.
can. He's a hunter.
Yeah, he has foresight.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So right off the bat, the movie starts off with Logan waking up while these punk gangsters try to steal his rims. And if this movie did not tell you that it's rated R, it sure did tell you when you got the claws through the face. This is the most bloodiest movie I have seen in a long time. This movie's great when it comes to the gore and violence. Oh my
Finally.
God.
Finally.
Yeah, this is really
'Cause
what. Yeah, go ahead, Ed. Do it.
Yeah, because the entire time you see Wolverine and Logan, even knowledge outside of the movies, but like he's this tortured soul of all the things he's seen, and you're meant to believe them because you just hear stories slightly about, and then what was the one Wolverine movie where like him and Liev Schreiber were brothers? Even still, like this is stupid.
That's Origins.
Okay, as stupid as that was, like you're supposed to believe that he's this tortured soul, like, and then you watch him straight up murder like 25 people in this movie, and you'd be like, you know
Yeah.
what? I think I'd probably be a tortured soul too, even if I was a superhero.
Yeah.
Right?
You just were supposed to believe it before, but then you see him cut off some
But
dude's arm.
he more than ever, because the story of Logan is one. There's a reason why it's been highlighted in Marvel. He's just such a great character because he's
Mm-hmm.
ageless. Like he has this awesome mutant ability where it's just regenerative skills, and that's what he does, and it's wonderful. But we don't know what he's been through. It's still a mystery what he's been doing. Like no matter what it is, we get little blips of what he's done and where he's been there, but his backstory is still a mystery, and which
Mm-hmm.
is why he's such an intriguing character. But Hugh Jackman plays it so well, of this man who's just not a mutant anymore. Let's just call him a man now. He's just trying to just deal with it, just trying to get through it, and he's not going to get past any of it. He's going to be, just like you guys said, torture. He's going to live every day in what he's done yesterday, and
Yeah.
it's just a rough life, and you can tell that already in the first way that it's set up, just by the look, just by the setup of him sleeping in a car, him just kind of getting out. You got all the elements there, the brown bag, the empty bottle type thing, and just the tired look, the way he just comes up and he's just like, all right, boys, listen, not today, you know. But
Yeah.
those elements of the aging really kick in too. Like when the one claw doesn't come out quite all the way, and it's just the two that pop out, and the third one kind of struggles, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
that really just puts in like I really enjoyed it the way that they put this whole he's being poisoned, he's dying, type thing into
Well,
place. His powers are
well, I
dwindling.
mean, Eric, you're right to a degree. So this is my problem with the movie. My problem with the movie is this movie is two different movies in one. With the trailers, they introduce us to Johnny Cash's "Hurt," which is one of my favorite songs and they show you in the first half of the movie a guy, Logan, who is aging, who has pus coming out of, the areas where his claws are at. He has to deal with the fact that he's old. But once the little girl gets introduced and they kick ass and they're on the lam, so to speak, it becomes a whole other different movie. And to be honest with you, the second half of it is not the movie that I wanted to have. I wanted the first half of the movie, and I wanted more of it. And I felt like they didn't know really what they were doing. It didn't feel like it was a very story, if that makes sense.
No, I like this. Let's keep on going with this because yeah, the way that it was starting to go in the first half of the movie, I would agree. Where it's just, you've identified the main character, which everyone already knew. You've identified the problem, the long term overarching problem. You've set up a new location with old characters, and also a familiar face with Stephen Merchant as Caliban, and now you've introduced a new problem with the little girl and the mom coming in too. So all this introduction is great. But I get you. You're saying like kind of towards that latter end where it was just kind of like, well, let's just get there. We'll be okay when we get there, type thing.
Yeah, I mean, like my issue with it was I knew going into this movie, supposedly this is going to be the last Wolverine movie, the last time he's playing Wolverine, and the last time this man's ever going to act again, possibly. So I wanted, I guess, the cynical asshole in me wanted a very dark, very gloomy, very sad send off. I got that in the beginning. The second half, I did not. I did get what I want in the last 10 minutes of the flick, but it drags on. It is way too long for what it needs to be. The story drags on way too long.
Okay.
It just,
Jordan,
to
you're wrong,
me,
and I hate you.
Hold
it's
on.
okay.
Let's
It's okay.
let's get there. Let's start with the first half a bit. No, let's talk about the first half a bit more, and let's get there
Yeah,
because
let's talk about
there's a
there.
lot I want to talk about with this movie. So, we were last talking about how it's he's Logan is going to Mexico. He's caring for a very ailing Professor X. Uh, Caliban is there on Mexico, just kind of taking care of Professor X. Um, someone then seeks out Logan because he's been sighted in that area in El Paso, Texas, when he's trying to go do his limo job again. It's some chick, and she's got a little girl with her, and she's pleading for help. Obviously, these characters kind of come back through circumstance and stuff like that. You find out that this little girl is the key, or whatever, that she and Professor X have been talking this entire time too, because he still kind of has his power too, but he's losing it too, right? Like he's
Yeah,
good.
he's on the end. Like if you remember, in when they were younger, like oh my god, I forget which movie it is. Like he can't control it anymore. He starts to have seizures.
Yeah.
So he's
Okay.
yeah, and they talk later about how he's got a degenerative brain disease.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
and it's starting to kick in. But
Hmm.
he's still able to make contact with one nearby mutant, Laura, aka X-23, and
Hmm.
yeah, and then quickly they find through tragic circumstance too, and then bargain of money. Logan, please take this girl up north because people are hunting after her, and she needs to go up north to safety where the rendezvous point has been. Blah 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 blah. And you can see Logan's very conflicted because he doesn't want to deal with it. It's not his life anymore. He's not about this anymore, boys. He just wants to. He's waiting for death, right? Isn't that Charles Xavier was just like, "You're waiting for me to die." That's what Logan's doing.
Hmm.
He's waiting for everything else just to end. He doesn't care anymore.
Well, to be honest with you, when Xavier said, "You're just waiting for me to die," I mean, that's a good line, but I don't think he's waiting for Xavier to die. I think he himself was waiting to die, which, you know,
Or
I'm not
he just
going
has
to
nothing to live for.
show my hand. No, yeah, because I'm not going to show my hand and say that I think this movie's great or I think this movie's a piece of shit. But what I'm trying to say is that I did notice flaws, and when he says halfway through the movie, I I already know what's killing me. It's the antimonium. Is that right? That's in
Adamantium.
Adamantium.
antimantium. It's like, well, how do you know that? Because I watched the Wolverine after I came home from watching this movie, and that wasn't even fucking mentioned. So it's like how does he know? There was nothing in Logan the movie to tell us that he discovered that metal was killing him. He just assumed that it was killing him. What I would have liked
Correct.
better, what I would have liked better in this movie is in preparation for Logan, I watched X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I deserve a medal for, and I'm still waiting for it. I watched Wolverine and I watched this to prepare. Stryker, who gives him the metal skeleton, says to him, "You're gonna live longer, faster."
You cut out. Say
Would
that
have
again.
been better. He said you would live longer
Got
and
it.
you would heal faster.
Okay.
That's what he says. Would it have been better in Logan, this movie, if he was not dying from the metal skeleton, but he was dying because of old age? Man was born in the mid 1800s. He has fought in every major world war since Vietnam.
Definitely sounded like you just said he farted in every major war since Vietnam.
Well,
I
I'm
know.
sure he did that too.
Fought. Yeah.
If you
But you know what I
fart,
mean?
you're
I
gonna
mean,
fart.
like, yeah, I mean, like, he fought in World War One, World War Two, Vietnam, Cold War. I mean, like, would have been better in this movie if his body was just giving up instead of the metal in my body's killing me after 100 years. You know what I mean?
I'll do you one better. Um, because you're right. I mean, something hinting at an antimantium poison would be, but I guess the idea was just to really just see that his powers are really just deteriorating. But they also made a point to say when Dr. Rice came out after it was revealed after the whole X experiments that he was or X trials that he was doing, um, that he made a comment towards the end that because of something that was it he was doing that was really eradicating or just lowering the mutant population, that he didn't cure it or that he was just fixing it or something like that. I need to watch it again because he made a comment about that, about something with to do with the X gene, and that
Well, he is Stryker's son. That's
correct.
his importance. So he was trying to do what his daddy failed to do. He tries to make it Rice tries to make it seem like that he's doing the right thing, but really he's doing evil shit just like his daddy did before him.
Well, either way, whatever the comment that he said could have been directed towards the existing population or towards his new batch that's underground and then something else. But I'm pretty sure, I need to watch it again, that he made a comment about he taking a claim responsibility at the dwindling population of the mutants. And if that's the case, I would think that might be a bit more of a reason or something like that too, for him just to say, oh, it's taking to effect for you, and obviously it would take longer for Logan to get it because of his regenerative powers. But I mean, it could be something else. I mean, that might actually, now that I say it out loud, it's kind of dumb, huh?
No, it's not dumb. I think what you and I are thinking of, Eric and Ed, I would love to hear your opinion on this. I think we wanted to see a movie that was a little bit darker. Now, this movie is dark. This movie is very. I mean, this is not a comic book movie, and if you really think about it, this is a Disney-owned movie, so it's kind of funny.
Is it really?
Because it's Marvel. Well, yeah, because Disney owns Marvel.
Oh well, okay.
Right? It's
Yeah,
Disney, right?
Yeah.
I
So
think.
it's like, it's just. I think what I was missing, and maybe Eric, I'm speaking for you, but I could be wrong. I think what we were missing was with the trailers that we were introduced with, we were looking for a Logan, the Logan that we got in the first half of this movie, a guy who was drinking himself to death, who didn't fucking care, who was waiting for Xavier to die. So when Xavier died, he can die and everything is over with. But the second half of the movie, we didn't get that. And I think for maybe you, Eric, and I could be wrong, but for me personally, I wanted to stay in Mexico. I wanted to see more of Mexico than North Dakota. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to keep in mind that that's what makes Wolverine a good guy versus a bad guy. I mean, he hates his life. He hates everything that's going on around him. He hates the fact that everybody he's ever loved died and he's never gotten over it. But he still, deep down, always does the right thing. The right thing in this case of this movie would have been to get that girl to Eden. Whether he even the whole time he's saying, this is stupid, this is terrible,
Yeah.
I'm only doing this just to shut you the fuck up. But
Yeah.
he still
Unlawful good.
does it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that scene where they're in that little Bronco and she's speaking Spanish and he's screaming, "Shut the fuck up!" You know, like he's like Hugh Jackman, in my opinion, deserves a fucking Oscar for this movie because this is his most brilliant performance as Wolverine
Yeah.
that he's done, and he's obviously done this role more times than anybody else has done almost any role ever. So you know,
Yeah.
he's done this. He's been Wolverine almost as many times as most people who do voiceover acting have been in you know a character. So
17 years.
yeah, so like he gets the character better than anybody, and by this time he's gotten it down. I mean, at the end when he's running around injured, he's flopping around, you know, and then he takes that green juice or whatever, knowing what's going to happen to him. He has to get stronger so he can run down and chase down who we know at this point is his daughter, sorta. It's not
Yeah,
really,
not
but it
really my
is.
daughter, but yeah, right.
Yeah. So, Jordan, I mean, I hate to disagree with you, but like, you got the Logan from the first half of this movie, you got in the second half. He's, you know, he's just as depressed. He hates the fact that he has to do it, but he's always done the right thing.
You know
I
what,
I
Ed?
agree.
You're right on that. I am not going to disagree with you on that. It's just I was looking for something different. Not saying that I hate the movie. Not saying that I think this movie's bad. I was looking for something different.
All right, how about this? What a few things that I think slowed down the movie. I want to first touch base on the reason. I think I after all is said and done, I think I might maybe I like yours the most, Jordan. Just it doesn't matter how. It matters that he is. It matters that he's just getting older. You can just see it. You can see the wear and tear. You can see all the scars. It's just getting harder. You know, it's that's
Yeah.
you don't need another reason. You don't need to ask that question. You see it already as the opening credits to it. It's hard. It's uh, this is what it is. Older Logan. He's having a hard time here. So I like that. Uh, but the parts where it started to get a little rocky is yeah when they first started to go on the road. But I think it's necessary to have it, and the reason why is because those parts gave us a lot of different things. You gave us a lot of the bonding points that were going to be through Logan and through Laura, whether it be in the house with Eric LaSalle. By the way, what up, Eric LaSalle? And in the gas station and that scene too. And you had bits of relief. You had bits of comedy in there too. One that comes to mind was when they were on the run and Logan just kind of breaks down as Laura's kind of in the forest. And you could see the kind of the far pan shot of him with the shovel just beating the shit out of the truck. That he's when he's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
caught, I'm talking about like knocking the mirror off. Ah, fuck, kind of that stuff. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
after he spoiler. Well, yeah, this is all spoilers. After he buries Xavier, yeah, he goes and fuck. Like that was a pretty great moment too. It was somewhat funny. It was relieving, just kind of see this him spaz out like that. Um,
Um,
uh,
Eric, I
and
hear
the
what you're
introduction of
saying.
the of Weapon X, and then the introduction of X-24. Like you
I
needed to
Yeah,
bring that in
yeah.
too.
I I I 100% agree with you, but the one thing, the part where it dragged on for me was the the farm family, the farmers.
Yeah, Eric LaSalle. What the fuck's he doing
Yeah.
in this movie? Well, he's got to work.
I mean, like, one thing that I will say, tip of the hat, real quick, is what I liked about this whole farm family scene is that they're on I would say, the turnpike, essentially through the country.
Sure.
and there's no semi drivers anymore. It's all robotic semi trucks
Automated
driving
drivers, baby.
themselves.
It's gonna happen.
It's
Mm-hmm.
2029. I like that. It's subtle enough to make it futuristic, but not too subtle to where it's not believable.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's very
I do
nice.
like that.
Nice touch.
But the farm family really got me bored. It
Yeah.
was like, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna trace him to here. I didn't know Xavier was gonna die. When they have the clone of Wolverine, the actual clone, I rolled my eyes, guys. I really did. I was like, oh God. I was I was begging in the theater. I was begging. Please don't have, what's her name? X-24, 23.
X-23.
Please don't have X-23 pull out a gun with the ant with that special bullet that's
Adamantium
gonna,
bullet. Yeah.
yeah, with the antimated bullet, and which one's the real Wolverine? I was like, oh, please don't do that,
Just so because
because
that
that's where I
was
really thought they were gonna do
that
that.
was Tony's complaint too. It's just like why is there another Wolverine? It's like timeout. You have to know like that was the project. That's the project. That's what they're trying to do. Is not only are they trying to like kind of control mutants, which they originally in the story they do with things like Deadpool and there's no part of the mercenaries that he was in. But like these are mutant experiments, and they're trying to be created and bred for government control as weapons. And Wolverine was a part of that project. He's supposed to. They thought he was going to be the perfect weapon, but he's a wild man and he can't control no Wolverine, and so he gets out of that bitch.
But do you think that they?
As we saw in
But do you
Apocalypse.
guys think that they missed an opportunity where we find out that there's a bunch of kids? What was it? 12 kids, give or take.
Yeah,
Let's just say,
sure.
Do you think that they jumped not jumped the shark, but do you think they missed an opportunity where it could hit home more for Logan and for us who have this franchise, that each individual kid had a famous X-Men power? Like one kid had the power of Cyclops, one kid had the power of Jean Grey, and all this. I'm like, do you think that's the way it should have been? Because that wasn't the way it was, and I was hoping that it was going to be like that.
Wait. Well, I mean, they're
Wait.
mutants, man. Like, could you repeat that? Like, a
Yeah,
lot of the
sure.
powers that
Okay.
you see in the Marvel universe, I mean, they may be similar. They're not repeated, though. I mean,
Well, what I'm saying is, what we find out in the movie is Stryker's son, which his name is Rice. Am I correct?
Dr. Rice, yes,
Mm-hmm.
He develops test tube babies, so to speak, that
correct.
have mutant genes, and they have seen
Whoa.
Wait,
children
wait,
that
Hold,
are
hold,
going to
wait,
be
wait,
hold, hold
grown
on, hold
into.
on, hold on. Repeat that. Repeat that. You cut out.
uh the he test tubes these kids, these babies that turn into kids that have these powers, right?
Yeah.
The Wolverine's daughter is clearly Wolverine's daughter. What I was trying to say is that would it have been better if, and also would it have had more of an impact for Logan, the other 12 kids would have had the powers of the X-Men that we've seen before that he cared about.
Oh,
Like
I
one of the
see.
kids,
Like they're
like
trying
like
to
like
remake the X-Men. Like they're trying to.
exactly. Like would have been better if every kid was a clone. So she's a clone of Logan. Would have been better if another kid was a clone of Cyclops. Another kid was a clone of another clone of another clone of Beast. You see what I'm trying to say? Like would have been better if it was like that.
Mm,
I hadn't really thought about it. I mean, maybe, but
I don't think I would carry the way.
yeah.
No, you know what? I think that if there was like the whole, if they all had the same X-Men, I think no, I don't think I'd like it. No, I think I'd eye roll, and I'd be like, no, I don't
Fair
like that.
enough.
Yeah, I don't
Fair
like that.
enough.
If they had like similar powers, like when we saw some, you saw some girl with the ice breath. You saw some chick who can control earth and plants. You saw the one kid who could do electricity. He could conduct electricity through himself or generate
Mhm.
electricity.
There was one
Um,
kid that was like a reptile in a way.
yeah, there was one like reptilian kid. There was one kid who had telepathic powers. I think right. He could move stuff.
Yeah, there was one of those kids.
So I mean they had a good variety there. I mean that's just I like that where they are their own because having a power is very it's very personal. It's very unique to you, and having it to be someone else's, even if it's just like the whole clone thing. Because Laura X-23 wasn't had similar powers to Wolverine, but didn't have the exact. You know,
Since you just talked about her, since you just brought her up, Eric, not to interrupt you, let's talk about Laura. Not only is she a great character in this movie, great casting. This little girl, if she plays her cards right, is going to have an amazing film career. She's brilliant.
she
The
does a very
girl
good
that
job.
plays Laura is amazing.
Yeah, I think, geez, you are really impressed by her, huh?
Oh God, yeah. Because I mean, like all the moves that she did, I was doing some research on the movie after I saw. I'm like, she did some stunts, not all of the stunts, but it's like this little girl, this what, 12-year-old?
I
I
I
mean, like
mean,
No,
she
not
is
even.
going, not even 12 years old, and she's giving me range. I believe in her. I believe that she is struggling with her identity. She has one goal that she needs to go to Eden to be with her friends. Is a good little girl, but she's also a fucking brutal murderer. I mean, like it's wow. She was really, really good in this movie. Really good.
she had the best action scenes for sure.
Mhm.
Oh my god, yeah. And I like the fact that she has the foot claws. I didn't like the fact that they tried to how they tried to explain that with like, oh, the front claws are for hunting, the back claws are for defending yourself. That was kind of
No, they're just saying that, and they're very right. In the extra universes, that females have different powers than males. And again, as I was saying, they may have similar powers, but nothing is ever exact unless you have the power to copy exact.
yeah. But
Which is a thing. But like, no, I mean, like, I like it a lot.
yeah.
That's X-23. Like that's who I know her to be. I know her to be in the black assassin outfit though, black hair and doing all that shit. But the action of her just kind of doing like these flips, kicks with the blade out and the toe blade out, and just her just really having two all four fangs out and just jab, just real quick shanks.
Yeah.
Like, and by the time it registers in your head, you've already been stabbed 50 times. You know,
Nice.
that's how
Uh
fast she is. She's just a quick assassin, just quick, and then out. And the way that
the
the way it
what
opened up with her introduction of her being a badass, not as a character, but as a badass, is when they're in Mexico and she went into the barn or whatever sort of pole barn that was there, and the mercenary, the bad guys, I guess, all in black jeeps and whatever the hell, black Fords rather, um, all of their machine guns. You had some Brock Lesnar looking dude go in there, and she walks out with his head, right, and kicks it or rolls it too.
brutal.
Yeah, and then just proceeds to just take out half the dudes. So her as a character, her as in an action movie, awesome. I liked her a lot.
No, I liked her a lot. And the last two big things I wanted to talk about is Professor X is dead. How do we feel about that, guys? I
Oh
mean,
my god, I
Professor
cried.
X is dead.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Like we got a dark movie, man, but this is the end. Like this is everything that happened. I am under the impression that it's on a skewed timeline. I
Yeah.
feel I yeah 2029. I feel like this movie represents some sort of skewed timeline, and I
Well,
that's I have nothing to confirm or deny it right now. I've not looked it up either way, but
according to the guy on YouTube, and then I'll shut up. I'm sorry. Is in the same timeline of the First Class timeline. First Class, Futures Past,
no. I,
Apocalypse.
I I get that. I get that.
Oh, okay. I'm
But
sorry.
because of the sequence of all those, they have gone back in time, and like they've change things like they did in uh, Days of Future Past. That's why I think that this movie takes place after that, because in the timeline, that's what happens. They had to go back in order to change the future, and it's almost like an inevitability in time, like in physics, is that you cannot stop it from happening. It may take on a different form. So in the future, instead of them being taken out by sentinels, it's now being taken out by Dr. Rice's reversing gene, or them just like having dwindling powers instead.
Hmm.
So kind of
Good point.
that's where I'm going with it. Is that like I feel like those events, all the movies that happened before, that's correct. They've already happened. But like this movie, for some reason, maybe just like there's still what I'm saying is that there's still a beam of hope. There's still a big structure of hope. The mighty tree trunk, of Marvel Universe, Cinematic Universe is still growing upward. But Logan is just one branch off of the tree trunk.
Which that is a great point to segue into this one. I don't admit this too much, but I'm gonna ramble for a second here, fellas. At the end of the movie, where he saves the kids, and Logan. Spoiler alert, guys! Logan dies. He's dead. Um, I fucking lost it. And the moment that I lost it is when I was fine when he died. But when they had his grave and they had the cross, and then his quote unquote daughter uh, turns the cross to an X, I lost it. And the reason why I lost it is not because of the movie experience. It's not because of the performances or anything like that. I'm 30 years old. This franchise started in 2000. For 17 years of my movie going life, X-Men have been around. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. And when that cross turned into an X at the end, I was like, oh my God, 17 years and it's over with.
Hmm.
It was like a divorce. It was like, I remember what I was doing, what theater I was at to see the first X-Men movie. I've seen every X-Men movie in theaters. Oh my God, this is it. I can't believe this. I am now a weeping child in the middle of a movie theater. That part got me, and it's like I said before, it's not just because of the performances or because of the story or any of that stuff. It's just for me as a fan for 17 years. At this moment right now, it's done. It's done, and it's like, wow, Professor X is dead, Logan's dead. Wow, and it just fucking hit me. I don't know about you guys, but it fucking hit me.
A little bit of your childhood goes along with it too, because you see it, you're just like, oh man, all the X Men, like that's it. They're done. But I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
they're done.
obviously we've seen like the way they're still gonna have X Men movies. Like there's
we
still
we hope. We hope.
well, there's we'll see. There's still a lot more that they could do. Like they could do the future stuff. Like they could do all the minor character stuff, all the side stuff. So I think there's still a lot more they could
Well,
do. They got a lot of the big enemies out of it. They got like Apocalypse. That was a big enemy. Like they got him out of the way.
yeah, but
Obviously a
they're
lot of
probably
stuff
gonna
with
do a
Magneto.
fourth movie. So,
The
I
Sentinels,
mean,
like that's a
right,
big
Eric?
one. What's that?
I mean, Eric, they're gonna do a fourth First Class movie, right? I mean, like they got to do a movie in the '90s, right? Because the first one was in the '60s, second one was in the '70s, third one was in the '80s. First Class Part Four is gonna be in the '90s, right? Leading up to the X-Men first movie, right? I mean, that's what they have to do,
I
right?
mean, I don't really know what
That's
they
the
would
next movie.
do. They would have to because who would the enemy be? Who would the focal point be? I think that they would have to in that part. Let's see.
Magneto.
Well, he's always the enemy, but in that part, I think around that part, I'm trying to think where everybody is. Where the last movie left off, maybe in Apocalypse, or maybe it ended up in Days of Future Past. But either way, after that, I think what they'd have to do is probably go political. It'd have to be a lot of the parts of the government going against the mutants and pursuing the segregation between humans and mutants. I think that's what they're gonna have to do. Is that, and I don't know what else. Maybe the Magneto's forming of the of all the baddies, all that group
Well, maybe
of
yeah,
baddies.
because he has to get Sabretooth, he has to get Toad. I
Well, we and also keep in mind here
so.
too, like we have gone 17 years without Gambit.
Well, we had him in Origins.
I mean, we want more Gambit, buddy. We have him in
Yeah, we
Origins,
do.
but like
We do.
that wasn't the Gambit that people wanted.
No, but we fucking got him though. I mean,
You could have
a
he could
little
have
bit.
his own movie. You could that's what you could do because he's a part of it too, or you could do some sort of variant of that too. But if that's a good way to keep this going is if you introduce like Gambit and bring him back into that shit because you need more of him. You have a lot of people
Mon
you could
ami.
introduce. You could have yeah, and you could have Nightcrawler do his own thing. Like you could have a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's still there. You get Beast do his own thing. He's got a lot of shit.
Well, I would agree with you on Gambit and Beast. There is a lot more stuff they can do. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Excited to see what your guys' review is. So, Ed, what is your review of Logan? Is it no money, half price, full price? What are you gonna give this flick?
I've been listening to you guys, and normally I come into a review thinking one thing, and the two of you sort of either, you sort of convince me otherwise in a lot of ways. I'm going to hold true. I mean, I fucking loved this movie. I loved it from the beginning where you actually saw Logan cutting people's arms off
Mm.
and just he woke up all drunk and all pissed off, because somebody's trying to jack his lease, drag the tires from his lease, and then they shoot him and he gets up and they're like, "Come on, I told you not to fuck with me."
Yeah.
you know, all the way to the point to where he's the only one that can survive one of or can really move through one of Professor X's seizures, right? And the scene with the family, with the farmer family, like I didn't hate it. I thought it was another needed scene. You had to have somebody else introduced. You know what I mean? To spur Logan into doing the good thing, into being Wolverine. I love the fact that they just stab people in the face. Like you literally see people's faces get stabbed with adamantine claws. I just loved it. I'm not only would honestly, and not only would I give I mean, I'd give this more if I could, but I have no problems paying full price for this movie.
Well, that's a full price.
Oh my god.
Jordan, you're cutting out. Yep, that's a full price from me. I think Eric, he was going on to you next. What do you think of the
Eric, what is your rating for Logan?
Oh, shit. Okay. I enjoyed this movie a lot too, and if for any quality, not of story or character, but for just straight action, like I like a good action movie, and sometimes in action movies nowadays the stories are just too dumb and unbelievable to really take any interest to a lot of action movies. I love good action movies, but like a good story along with it really makes it awesome. This was one such movie where you had these characters that were very humanized and that you have known for the long time. You've been with them for a long ride, and it's just gritty and. I really did enjoy this movie. I would pay full price for this movie, more absolutely. It's just the bloodiness of it too was a big part. That action and the bloody fucking scenes I thought were just great, were just awesome. Like yeah, you have adamantium claws, dude. They're going to go through everything. You're not there to disable somebody, dude. And they have guns. Just do it real quick. And the way that he does it through like those seizures, which are real cool because he just moves in and just slides them right in, takes him right out, goes on the next guy, and it's just you can see them registering it too, right? Like their eyes are
Mm-hmm.
moving, so they could see the slow death. Like that's just so dark, man. That's fucking so dark. And then yeah, just all the blood, especially in the farm. Just I liked it where it was two Weapon X's fighting, Wolverine and X-24 fighting. Just fucking I loved it, man. That's what I wanted. This was the Wolverine that I wanted to see. I did not like the story. Well, it was okay. It was tolerable. But yeah, like the farm scene, I thought was just kind of like okay. Well, you needed something in here to probably get more action, more human, and I understand that. But it was very slow, and I didn't. It was a very slow part of the movie. The ending part during the forest, the final showdown, I think that I enjoyed it. I really did. I did not like the cuts though. I thought there were too much camera cuts. There were too much jump cuts. They were going from one to the other. This is a very raw and gritty movie here, and you have now Custer doing his last stand here. Like
Mm-hmm.
give him a nice follow shot, a nice pan shot or something like that. I want to see him jump from one to the other. Just really go out with the bang, or have X-23 do it. Like all those kids doing something too. Um, you don't need to jump, 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 jump. I mean, you can just give me just a committed one shot or a nice two kind of decent chunk shots. I really think maybe just a bit more choreography. I mean, choreography. Tomato. Could have kind of jumped that last scene into a new level. I think that could have really been like kind of a classic, scene. I enjoyed the movie. Um, I, I I enjoyed the movie. Pay full price. More than definitely, yeah. I'll admit that there are
Well,
things
this
that
is
can
gonna
be
be
improved
interesting.
upon, but I enjoyed it.
I am going to give this one a half price. I would
Oh.
only pay half price to see this. And the reason why it is because I was expecting something different. I did enjoy this movie. This is arguably one of the best X-Men movie I've ever seen. So I'm not going to say that it's terrible. But Eric, I think you hit the I th- I think you had the ballpark there. I mean, like the ending is not the ending that I wanted for Logan. His last line for me after 17 years was not, "Oh, so this is what death feels like." No. Like you got to do something more. Um the middle did drag on for me a lot. It is sad to see Professor X dead and Logan dead. Uh Now to buy this on Blu-ray, but I'm definitely gonna watch it on HBO. It's fun. It's it is brutal as hell, and I'm finally happy that we got a rated R Wolverine movie. But it's just not the movie that I wanted. So for me, it's a half price.
Sure.
I mean,
And
I
that
can
can.
respect that. I mean, you make good
Yeah.
points. I mean, I disagree with you and I hate you, but I still see your point.
No,
Well, thank you.
I,
So
I completely get it though. Like I'm happy with what I got. Is what I guess what I'm trying to say, and I understand the level of expectation going into it because if it's gonna be the last one, then do it. And yeah, I think it's a bit different, you know, out of that, and to have more, just a little bit more. What am I looking? A little more fight,
yeah,
I
just a
guess.
little bit more.
Well,
But
but you got to remember, like he's dying. He's trying. He's running around, flopping around. He's trying to give it what he's got. He doesn't have anything left.
you know what?
Yeah, but the way
I
he's
worded that wrong.
dying though is bad.
I worded that wrong. It's not that he wasn't giving enough fight. Is that I wanted to like from a movie from a cinematic point of view. I wanted to see more fight. I wanted there.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
think that would have stood out a lot more if they had just done maybe instead of those quick just here's the punch tone cut to the other shot right here of him receiving punch, cut to the shot of him
yeah,
going back falling down, cut to the shot of him getting back up, just like in an action that takes a second to do. Throw a punch, get hit, fall down, you get that's maybe 2 seconds, right? You have now stretched that into 5 seconds via cut or cuts, and I don't think it was needed. I think that if you had just more of a clever shot of just here's the one and then our block, or I don't know, just I've seen it in other movies. I've seen it in much more like a Jackie Chan movie. Damn it! Like I'm not asking for a Jackie Chan fight. I'm just asking for not those cut shots. I don't like them. I'm
No,
in
yeah,
it.
I
Like
agree.
I'm in the fight now. Like yeah, kick some ass, and then you see these cut shots. You're just like yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And you know
I just
what?
I see your point. You know what I mean, and I don't mean to sound argumentative or just to argue for the sake of arguing, but I mean, the thing is that like in a fight like that, there really wouldn't be a whole lot of fighting.
Oh sure,
You
my
know,
my
it's like
complaint is completely personal. I understand that. Like,
okay,
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, yeah, the reason why, blah, blah, this and that. No, that's the reason why what I don't like, and I'll say that just to me. Everyone else, if you thought it was fine and I'm just as dumb as the wood next to you, then so be it.
Yeah. Well, you know what, everybody? That concludes our review for Logan. I had a hell of a good time. I would say in the middle of the show here that this is one of our best reviews we've ever done. We hope you guys enjoyed this review. I did. But we have a special announcement. We've been teasing it on Twitter for the past couple weeks. When we are going to be reviewing, of course, Kong Skull Island, we will be doing it live again. That's right. Myself and Ed will be live together in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ed's home area, to review Kong.
yeah, buddy.
And we also will be having some special guest hosts. One of them, his name is Ryan. He's been on a bunch of old podcasts that I've personally done. And also, which everybody knows him as Brother Brandon from our show Podpast, will be sitting down and reviewing Kong Skull Island live together in Pittsburgh coming up. I can't wait. I know you guys are fucking stoked.
Any of our fans in the Pittsburgh area, other than me, of course, send us a tweet at Movie Guys Pod and let us know you'll be in the area and come buy us a drink or we'll buy you one.
Yeah, or a lap dance.
Or that. I didn't
Or
want
lap
to
dance,
shout
yeah.
that
Or
out
that.
there, but you know.
Or that. Or that. So
And if you're hot, you can give us one.
yeah. Other than that, of course, like we've been talking about all in February. After of course King Kong, we get Beauty and the Beast, and then we get Power Rangers. A lot of movies that are coming up. We're excited to talk about it. And just like Ed said, if you like us, follow us on Twitter, Movie Guys Pod. If check us out at movieguyspodcast.com, movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Check us on iTunes, which is Movie Guys Podcast, and also you can find this show and other shows such as Pod Pass, For Your Distraction, Underground Hot Pot, Hey Like That Game, Basement Condition, and other shows that are going to be added soon. But we appreciate you guys downloading us. We really, really do. Keep up the downloads. Next week for Kong Skull Island. This is Jordan, and you guys have a great night.